Oops. Hi, welcome to MindBody Chair Yoga, and I'll meet you on the chair. So sitting forward in your chair, taking the knees nice and wide, just settle into the shape and this upright seated posture. Stretch out the face, squeeze and spread the toes, maybe open and close the hands, circle the wrists, just move organically, like whatever your body is kind of calling for, just enough so that you can just let yourself settle for a few moments. Rising up through the crown of the head, the chin is just really gently tucked so that it's parallel to the floor. And we can just really just a very easy drawing up the navel up towards the heart, just for stability. And then allowing the face to be soft, shoulders soft. And beginning to observe the breath as it flows in and as it flows out of the body. And letting yourself kind of settle into the practice, into the body, drawing your attention down and kind of out of the head. Moving from like a busy thinking, problem solving kind of mode into a sensing and feeling and being mode. So sensing into those sensations of the breath in the body. And just taking a moment to reflect, like, why this is valuable. Why is it useful to draw the attention, bring your awareness to the body, the sensations? And perhaps finding the wisdom of this practice just by sensing into the breath here. It's easy to bring your hands up to heart center. Take a moment to either set an intention for the practice or to dedicate this practice to yourself, to someone else, something. And we'll take a big breath in. Open the eyes, exhale, release the hands. And let's just start by doing our usual kind of shoulder rolls. Inhale, rolling shoulders forward and up. Exhale, rolling them back and down. Stretching out the face. Lifting the navel nice and gently. Now this time, rolling the shoulders forward up. Exhale back and down and hold just for a few breaths. And as you are drawing the tips of your, like the wingtips of your scapula and tucking them into the opposite jean pocket behind you, just gently lift the navel and then release. And we'll do that again. Forward, up, back and down. And we're going to kind of hug the shoulder blades into the back, the scapula drawing downward on an angle. So feeling some effort here, like maybe 20-25% effort. Nothing too intense. And we'll just do that again. Just holding for a few breaths and really drawing that navel up. And one more time. Inhale, up, exhale, down. Breathing in, draw those scapula in, hug it into the body, and then exhale, release. All right, take your arms out at your sides and we'll internally rotate externally rotate. So as we internally rotate, feel the scapula kind of opening up, like the wings are popping out a little bit. And then as you externally rotate, there's that hugging into the back, so they're tucking in. So internal, kind of sliding forward, and then drawing down. All right, release. Now, internal one side, external the other side, and this is where we get that really nice interaction, that push-pull between the two, the interplay. So it's good to isolate these muscles, but also see how they work together. And release. Good. I dream of genie arms. Inhale, reach them up any amount. On the inhale, exhale, bring it down and switch the arm over. Same thing. Big breath in and release. Switch it up and again. Switch it up. And again, okay, arms out to the side. Internally rotate one shoulder, externally rotate the other, gaze at the open palm. And then switching over to the other side. And again, getting curious about that interplay between the movement of the upper back and shoulders here. And also this like external rotation of the shoulder, this really nice opening up through the pectoral muscle. So I spent a lot of time talking about the back just because we tend to collect tension there, but there's equally great benefits in the front body. Okay, and release. Let's just get watery. All right, let's take our right arm on top. Inhale. Exhale, draw the elbow over, feeling that stretch. Now take your free hand here on the elbow and then just gently guide it a little bit closer in toward the chest, any amount, and you can angle it. You know, sometimes some angles are, it's just not going to move, but you can move it down a little bit and you can find the stretch. So it's just exploring that. We're just gonna hold and breathe. Nice sustained stretch here. Gaze and heart and belly are all forward. And then we're gonna come back. Switch the arm over, inhale, lengthen, exhale, reach and stretch. So this is a great stretch. It can only go so far. So taking the hand on the elbow and just gently guiding, not forcing, just guiding. We'll sustain that stretch, maintaining a tall spine, using the core to help support, so really lifting it up. Dropping lots of cues today that our focus is going to be on our core. Okay, inhale and release. It's a nice big shoulder rolls. Stretch out the face, get watery. Okay, moving on to the neck. So we'll get tall again, lift the navel, tuck the chin in, and then drop the chin down, let both shoulders be soft. Let the head get heavy, and then just let the head come from side to side. Nice and easy. Gradually opening up that range of motion. Bring the head back to center, inhale, lift. Exhale, gaze over one side. Just check out that range of motion. Inhale, gaze over the other side. Back to center, bring your arms behind you any amount, grabbing onto wrists, forearms, or elbows. Inhale, exhale, doing the same and just holding here. Pausing, coming back to center. Inhale, exhale, gazing over the other side and pausing. And inhaling back to center. Stretch out the face, release. Great, okay. Looking forward and then just going, kind of gazing halfway between center and the shoulder, taking your hands under the chin, inhale, lifting the head as you press the hands into the chest and just lifting the head any amount that's comfortable. So we're getting that stretch. like on the right side of the neck, if you're looking to the right. And then we'll take a big breath in. And take this nose that is sticking up and draw it down to the opposite shoulder. Any amount. Keep this pressure of the hands on the chest, like 25% pressure, not tons, but just enough. Just back and forth. Take the head back up, nose is lifted up, and we'll just press your hand down. Take a big breath in. Exhale, release. Okay, let's do that on this other side. So just gazing kind of halfway between center and the shoulder. Take your hands right under that chin. Inhale, lift the head. Any amount. So now we're stretching the other side of the neck. Breathing in here. Nose is pointing up to the sky. Big breath in. And then exhale, turn the nose down to the shoulder. Inhale, lift the nose back up to the sky. And exhale, nose down to the shoulder. So we're just gently pressing your hands into the chest so that there's an anchoring feeling. And that's the fascia. And then nose up to the sky, big breath in. Exhale, just push the hands down to the middle of the chest and then release. Big breath in. Big breath out. I really, really enjoyed that. Okay. I enjoyed that so much, I'm like, I don't even know what we're gonna do next. But, okay, here we go, yes. Take our thighs, hands on the hips, and we're gonna rock our ankles, so lifting toes, lifting heels, stretch out the face, and lift the navel, just rocking those feet back and forth. We're warming up the ankle joint. Okay, with that tall spine, hug in the ribs, just lift your knee, and we're gonna squeeze and spread the toes. We're gonna circle the ankle one way. Keep the heart lifted, shoulder blades are flat. Circle the ankle the other way. Point and flex. Stretch up the face, and then just kind of swing the foot forward and back. We'll just warm up that knee a little bit. Trying to get all the joints warmed up. Okay. Release, other side. So sitting tall, tucking those shoulder blades into the pockets, squeeze and spread the toes. Circle the ankle one way, stretch out the face. Circle it the other way. Keep that navel lifted, point and flex. And then swing. Get the juices flowing here. At the knee. And release, good. Arms out in front, we're gonna open and close the hands and stretch up the face, scrunch it up, stretch it out. And then we're gonna close the hand and nod. And I really take it slow when I nod it down. Take it slow right to the end. Good, circle one way. Circle the other way. Keep that navel lifted. Good, flicky, flicky, it's been a while. So it's just really important to keep these joints nice and lubricated with all that fluid and flicking into any direction, just to take your mind off the fact that this is feeling really spicy in the fingers and you want it to stop, but this is the important part, really building heat. Okay, shake that out. Just pause, just notice sensation here in the hands and the wrist and the forearm. All right, we'll lift the heels and start to rock the pelvis, tapping the tailbone and lifting the tailbone, really just isolating the movement at the pelvis. And the next time we tuck the tailbone, drop the heels, reach the arms forward. Tucking the chin is an option, or you can keep the gaze forward and then inhale, lift the heart, lift the tail, open up. Big breath in, exhale, rounding. Inhale, lifting. You know, unless of course you're working with osteoporosis, which means that you would just keep that spine tall and long, so no rounding in the cat portion. Okay. Otherwise, coming into it fully. Or like as best you can. Okay, inhale, grow tall. We'll bring our hands up so that our fingertips are at our temples. We'll just do a little flow here. So really engaging and lifting up and hugging in the ribs. Draw the elbows back, inhale. And exhale, rounding, inhale. Exhale over to one side. Inhale up. Exhale over. Inhale up. Turning at the waist, gentle twist. Inhale back to center, gentle twist on the other side. Now we're going to repeat that. Taking the elbows together or adding rounding. Inhale back to center. Side stretch, draw one elbow down, one elbow up. Inhale back, one elbow up, one elbow down. Inhale up, turning at the waist, gentle twist. Inhale back to center, turning at the waist. One more time, a little bit. Elbow rounding. Side stretch, inhale, over to the side, inhale up, nice tall spine, turning the heart to one side, inhale center, exhale over to the other side, inhale, and exhale. Release, good, inhale, circling one way. Circling the other way. Good. Inhale. And we're going to just like kind of bring your heart to the knee and resist in the opposite hand and knee. So I'm going to kind of press these together as I lean my heart over, and I'm trying to open up through the upper hip. Inhale back up, heart to knee, resist on the opposite side. So it's kind of like a shoulder dip, but at a different angle. We're not focusing per se on the shoulder. We are focusing on opening up the upper hip. Inhale, last one. And which is also like to help prepare for a twist. Bring the feet together and we'll come to stand. I've got some fun balance stuff for you guys today. Okay, so you're standing, so you're going arms distance away from the chair, and we're going to lift the knee. Now, no, we've done this one before. We're going to add something to it. So we'll do the first version. So hand on knee, pressing down, knee pressing up, lifting the navel, standing really tall in the standing leg. So hug in this glute, keep the heart lifted. So there's resistance. So it looks like we're just standing here, but the heart rate is increasing because we're pressing into each other. Now, play with balance. Maybe one finger. Maybe arm out to the side. Just see what's possible. You can always take it down if you need to. Grow tall. Exhale, release. We're going to do that on the other side. So outside leg, really hugging in at the glute, hand to opposite knee, press your hand into the knee, knee into the hand, and lift that navel up towards the heart, and breathe, and explore balance. So really standing tall in that standing leg, maybe the arm comes out to the side, even for like a moment, breathing in, breathing out, practicing stability, being really kind and gentle with yourself. And then exhale, release. So that was the first version. Second version, I'll just demonstrate, okay? So we take the knee up as we did before, but instead of hand on top of the knee, I'm gonna turn my thumb down and the outside, I'm gonna resist on the outside of the knee. So I'm gonna grow really tall and the palm of my hand, so I'm trying to make my leg go this way, but I'm stopping it with my hand. Inhale, turn my heart towards the chair. And here we go. Grow tall in that standing leg. Now, practice balance if you feel comfortable, maybe just lifting, hovering the hand, going to one finger, whatever you feel comfortable with. Keep that resisting. Knee into hand, hand into knee. Nice little twist here at the waist. And then we're gonna inhale, unwind. That's no joke. Standing tall, preparing by lifting the knee, making sure your glute is nice and engaged. Already start engaging the core, taking your arm, palm on the outside of the knee, pressing that knee away, but resisting with your hand. And as you resist, grow tall. Okay, now, after you grow tall, you can turn your heart towards the chair. I'm just gonna move closer to my chair. I was not stable enough. Okay, inhale, grow tall, exhale, turning. So a little twist here and then play with balance. Breathing in and out, just looking at one point for balance, just seeing what's available today, recruiting those abdominals to help support the stability. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in and out, release. Take that chair over to the other side. Okay, let's do a few goddess just to kind of stretch that out. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, expand. Exhale, contract. Squeeze the glutes. Inhale, expand. Exhale. Okay, inhale, expand, come down. Just hands on your hips. Lift the arches of the feet. Lift the navel. And just holding this. So much going on. We can just pause here for a moment. The other option is we lift one heel and then lower it down. With control, keep lifting the navel, lift the other heel and down. We're gonna repeat. First side, lower, second side, lower, press into the feet, inhale, rise up, exhale, sink down, inhale, rise up, exhale, sink down, round two, lift the arches of the feet, lift the navel. So think about our focus today, hugging in at the ribs, lift one heel and lower, lift the other heel and lower. First heel, hello thighs, second heel and lower, inhale, reach up, exhale and release. Toes come forward and bring the feet together. So we're gonna do another kind of quasi balance exercise, bringing more core into it. So left hand is on the chair, take your left foot, step it back. Make any little adjustments you need to. Take your other hand up on the temple. Inhale, draw that elbow back. Feel a lengthening, a stretching through the abdominals. Inhale. And then exhale, elbow to knee. It doesn't have to touch. We want to just feel that crunching action at the core. So inhale, stretch out the core, the front abdominals, and exhale, contract. Inhale, exhale. And if you want to get really cute and bring balance into it, go for it. It changes everything. Okay, this last one, we're just going to hold for a breath or two. And release. Switch it over. Okay, setting up, stepping that right foot back, lifting the heart, leaning the elbow back, Again, we want to feel nice and open here. Inhale. Exhale, crunch. Inhale. And exhale, crunch. Once you get the hang of it, if you want to just see what that would be like to lift and then maybe lower the fingers on the chair, just seeing what's possible. But as long as it doesn't kind of interfere with this lengthening and then contracting. Okay, so let's contract and hold 2 breaths. Inhale, rise. Exhale, release. Okay, sun salutation. Reaching forward. Forward fold. Extend the fingers, draw the hips back, soften at the shoulders, start to sway, stretch out the face. Okay, pedal the heels. Sorry, not the heels. Pedal the knees, pedal the pelvis, heels stay down. Draw one hip back, and then the other hip back. Opening up, top of the hip here. Okay, inhale, right foot forward, knee over ankle, floating one or both arms up to the sky. Really lift the arches of the feet, squeeze those thighs together. Exhale, hands come down and stepping back. Inhale, the left foot forward, press into that back heel, one or both arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands come down. And repeat, right side. Left side, inhale. Lift that heart, exhale. Folding forward, breathing in, breathing out. Okay, inhale, right foot forward, left toe out to the side slightly. Let's just have hands at hips to start. Squeeze the thighs together, lift the arches of the feet, lift the navel. We're gonna reach up to the sky and exhale, pull down. Inhale, reach up to the sky and exhale, pull down. Imagine whatever you're pulling down is attached to something heavy. So reach up, you're pulling something heavy down and you're feeling the scapula really engage and draw down the back. Tucking those wingtips into the back pockets as you draw it down and release. Hands come down. Lift that back heel, turn it forward and hop that foot back any amount to provide you a stretch. In the calf, so lifting and lowering, stretching out the face. Big breath in. And if you have that urge to yawn or sigh, it's tension leaving the body, so welcome it. All right, draw that heel down and lift the front toes up towards your knee, and then back and forth. Try not to get crunchy in your shoulders as you do this. Keep that heart lifted. Okay, you're gonna lift that back heel, hop it back a few times, and then maybe step back a little bit. We have a nice wide stance here. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. Forearms are on the back of the chair. Both toes pointed forward and slightly bend that front knee. Lift the sit bones, lift the heart. Inhale. Feel that stretch in the back of the leg. Exhale, tucking the tail, so choice to come into full cat pose here. Inhale, cow pose. Or you can simply focus on the tucking and the lifting of the tail without rounding in the back. Or rounding in the upper back and neck area. So full cat cow or cow kitten. Kitten, cow, whatever. Okay, last one. All right, inhale, rise up, take your hands to the chair, step back, fold forward. Once again, start at the face, bend the knees, sway the hips. And then inhale, left foot forward, right foot comes out to the side, squeeze the thighs together. Let's lift that back thigh. All right, and reach forward, pull back. Reach forward and pull back. Inhale, exhale. Press into that back heel, lift that back thigh, hug that glute. Keep lifting the navel. We'll do one more. And release. Lift the back heel, turn that toe forward, hop it back any amount so that when you draw the heel down, you get that delicious stretch in the calf. So lifting and lowering. And once you get that nice big stretch, draw that heel down, then you can play with lifting the opposite foot toe up and teeter-tottering between the two. And it also might be like, you know what, no, I just want to focus on that back calf. In which case you do you. Remember, I'm your guide here, but this is your practice. So if there's something that's going to be more fulfilling, then go for it. Okay, lift that back heel and hop it a few times forward. Bring the other foot a little bit back. We're in our nice wide track. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold, take your forearms to the back of the chair. Slight bend in the front knee. We're going to lift the sit bones up, lift the heart. Cow pose, inhale. Exhale, cat or kitten pose. Inhale, cow. Exhale. We'll just do that a few more times. All right, inhale, take your hands to the back of the chair, step back. Final forward fold here, bend the knees, sway the hips, whatever movement feels good and support it. Stretch at the face and then walk. Big breath in, big breath out. Okay, turn the chair so that it is facing in this direction. And we're going to set up for a warrior dance flow. So taking your left foot, so it's kind of in between, it's centered here with the chair. And then taking your other foot and stepping it back wide enough so that you can bend the knee and feel a nice sinking sensation here. So I'm just kind of gazing and I see a lot of this, okay? And if your knee is like really past the ankle, I want you to just think about expanding the other foot out to the side so that when you sink into your lunge, the knee is over the ankle, okay? Because if you're doing this, we're not really getting into the lunge, okay? So exploring by making a bit wider, and then you can really sink the hips down. Feel the difference? Okay, lift the arches of your feet, lift the thighs up, lift your navel, hug in the ribs, and reach your arms out to the side, gaze over your left fingertips. I'm kind of like hugging my glutes in an upward direction as well. So hanging out in our Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2 pose. Breathing in, breathing out. Let's tuck those shoulder blades in. Okay, we're going to take our right hand down to the thigh. Turn your left palm up. Reach it up as if you're going to trace a big rainbow overhead. We'll end up getting a certain point. We'll pause and breathe into the side body. Let's keep hugging in at the ribs, drawing this heart up towards the sky. Legs are nice and stable and strong. Option to press into that front foot. Lean back slightly. Inhale. And then exhale, we're going to take our forearm over the knee. Really active forearm. Turn the heart up towards the sky. And then reach your arm up and over. Breathing in. Breathing out, lift the navel towards the heart, breathing in. and reaching through the fingertips. So we're gonna flow now, inhaling up and exhaling over. And see if you can bring lots of attention to the inner workings here of the core. Of course, we're stretching the side body, but really feeling solid here. Last one, inhale up. Exhale, warrior two, straighten that front leg. Inhale, reach, reach, reach and lean and take your hand to the chair. Now, if you're not able to come to the chair, bring the chair to you so that you feel secure and comfortable. Reach your fingertips up, turn your heart up towards the sky, lift the arches of the feet. This front leg, draw the energy outward, the back leg, tuck it inward. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Okay, turn your heart down towards the chair and we're going to take both hands to the chair, lift this back heel and turn so that now we're in this runner's lunge. And just exploring the depth of this on your own. So if you need to bring the foot more forward or need to bring it back and kind of again, sinking the hips down. Now see if you can engage and bring the navel up towards the heart. Good. This front leg, just drag it back a little bit so that you can lift the back leg up and we're in like a tabletop shape. So finding a position for this foot where it feels comfortable and your shoulders are under the wrists. Okay, so it should be that your right leg is up, extend your left arm forward. And if it's not the right and the left, just opposite limbs. Breathing in, breathing out, bird dog, you know what's coming, right? A crunch is coming. Inhale, exhale, take elbow to knee, knee to elbow, any amount. Inhale, reach them out. And exhale, crunch it together. Fun times. Inhale, one more time. Exhale, crunch it. And then we're going to take both hands down, bend the knees. Inhale, float your arms up to the sky. And exhale, release. Okay, let's do that on the other side. Take a sip of water if you need it. And we'll set up just like we did on the other side, finding that warrior two, hips nice and open. Take the knee over the ankle and then have a look down. Where is your knee positioned? Should we expand the width of the stance? And if you were to look down, you could trace a line from the heel all the way to the arch of the foot for the best kind of stability here. So we're sinking, reach the arms out, gaze over, fingertips, lift the navel up towards the heart. And then we'll just lift everything else. Let's lift the, what are they called? The arches of the feet, lift the kneecaps, lift the navel, lift the heart, but the shoulders will be nice and soft and just drawing downward, breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Sink those hips. Breathing out. Okay. So left hand comes down, right palm turns up. Inhale. Reach and trace that half rainbow up overhead until you kind of meet that resistance and breathe into the rib cage. Draw the energy of the navel up. Option to press into that front foot slightly, just to lean back a little. And then we'll inhale, take forearm over knee. Exhale, swing your arm up and over. Now, if you have any issues with shoulder or anything like that, you can always take your hand behind you. Just gaze at the knee and check that it's not kind of leaning in. Make sure it's directly over the ankle. And then you can gaze forward, up, anywhere you want. Open up chest. Keep lifting the arches and then we'll flow. Inhale up. Exhale over. Inhale up. Exhale over. This will be the last one. Inhale up. Straighten that front leg, big breath in, and then we're going to lean, lean, lean to get the hand to the chair. And like I said, if it's the chair is too far away, bend the knee, bring the chair in closer, and we'll come into triangle pose. Lift the arches and open the heart up to the sky. Breathing in and out, really feeling a bit of weight bearing in this arm and shoulder. Bend the front knee, start to turn your hand down to the chair, and then we've got to lift the back heel, turning onto the ball of the foot, making any little adjustments, and we're going to sink into our lunge pose, like a runner's lunge. Any amount you can explore, pressing the heel back and then releasing. Okay, now this front foot, we're just gonna step it back a little bit. And then inhale, lift that back foot up, should be the left foot, but if it's the right, don't worry about it. Press into that back heel, so we're in our tabletop shape with one limb lifted and extended. Take the opposite limb, so it should be the right hand, reach it out. Bird dog, breathing in. Breathing out, and here comes the crunch. Inhale. Take the navel up towards the spine, rounding. Take elbow to knee. Inhale, extend, and exhale. Elbow to knee. One more time. Opposite limbs. Exhale. Release the hand, release the foot. Slightly bend the knees. Inhale, float your arms up to the sky. And exhale. Release. Okay, well done. That was a lot. That's a challenging practice. We're gonna come down onto the floor any way that feels most comfortable to you. Maybe take a sip of water if you need it. I'm gonna take a sip of water. Moving down onto the floor, either by coming onto your side or rolling back. We're gonna hug in the knees. Squeeze and spread the toes, stretch out the face. Maybe rock from side to side. Let's hug your right knee in, push the left heel away. So as you kind of squeeze this into the chest, we want to feel that nice stretch through the glute, back of the leg, and then switch it over. All right, and since we do have a focus on core today, we're going to do a few exercise here on the floor that's going to target our core. So we're going to draw the navel down, lift the shins so that they're parallel to the floor, draw the knees so that they're over the hips, take our hands like stop signs, press them into the knees, and press the knees into the hands. And almost immediately your body's gonna start shaking because this is hard, okay? This is effort. Breathing in, and the more you kind of create that resistance, that, you can judge your own limits here by exploring them without going beyond. So really it's this pressing and resistance while you're drawing the navel down. Okay. Exhale, release, take your hands on both knees and just circle them around and then back in toward each other. Stretch out the face at the same time, just in case any tension collected there while we were strengthening the core. Okay, and we're going to come back to it and do exactly the same thing. So shins parallel, knees over the hips, stop sign, hands, press your knees into your hands, hands into your knees, and press the navel down. Hug the ribs in and down. Press, here we go. Breathing in and out. Again, that shaking is you getting stronger, and it's just temporary. It's just for a short while. So breathing in, breathing out, get curious about this sensation, just enough, and then we're gonna release. Big breath in, big breath out, hug in the knees. Great, let's take both feet wide on the mat, arms out to the side, and we're gonna windshield wiper the legs. Few more times. And release. Okay. Take the legs up to the sky. Take the arms up to the sky. Squeeze and spread the toes. Open and close the hands. Stretch out the face. Scrunch it up. Stretch it out. Scrunch it up. Stretch it out. Scrunch it up. Stretch it out. Make a little fist with your hands, and we're going to nod, and we are going to point and flex the feet. As we do this, gently tuck the chin. And gently draw the navel down towards the spine. The navel down, yes, towards the spine. Breathing in and out. Okay, let's circle ankles and wrists in one direction and really get full rotation. So explore, make sure like one foot isn't only doing a half or the other's doing a whole, change the direction. All right, so we did that. Squeeze and spread, circle, point and flex, and now just shake. Shake the legs, shake the hands. Moving lots of energy through the body. And we'll hug in the knees, get small, small, small. Maybe forehead comes to the knees. Get curl up like a ball. Inhale, stretch like a giant starfish. Exhale, hug it in. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, hug it in. And inhale, stretch. Release. With a nice audible sigh. And you could stay in the shape of surrender for a little while, and then slowly move into Shavasana, corpse pose. Gently tucking in the shoulder blades. Externally rotating the arms, palms facing up, if that's comfortable. It might be more comfortable for palms to be down for you. So making the choice that allows you to be most comfortable. So if there's any low back communication, bending the knees, taking the feet wide and letting the knees come in toward each other. And just allowing yourself to observe the breath. Observe the sensations of the body as they come and go. Perhaps noticing tingling, the sense of pulse, heat, coolness. So notice the pull of the mind. And when this happens, and it will happen, we can observe that. We can observe where the mind takes us, acknowledge it, and then just take the attention back to the sensations of the body. Opening up the communication so that we, between mind and body, so that we may really know the body better, but also the mind, the tendency of the mind. Allowing the body to rest. And to absorb the benefit of this practice. To rest in Shavasana, corpse pose. We allow the things that are not serving us, serving you, just to kind of fade away, almost like, just to die on the mat. So if there's self-judgment or criticism, seeing if you can let that just evaporate, release it. Well, as we release these things that don't serve us, we create space for newness. And then we can exercise our choice as to what we will bring into body, into the mind, into the heart that will serve you. For some quiet, without any introduction, just for a couple of minutes. So that you can just be with yourself. Nice and easy. We're going to bring a little bit of movement into the feet, the toes, the ankles, the hands, the fingers, the wrists, and the face. Scrunch it up, spread it out. And if it feels good, inhaling your arms up overhead for a gentle full body stretch. And exhale, release. In your own time, rolling over to the fetal position. So moving from corpse pose into the fetal position. Leaving behind what doesn't serve you, creating space for newness. And then we'll just gently push up. You may come to a seated position on the floor or move onto the chair. Really, comfort is the most important thing here. Doesn't matter if you're sitting cross-legged or not. It's no right or wrong. And just observing the body in this shape, this upright position. Just checking out what you notice. If there's any shift or change anywhere in the body or even energetically in the mind. I invite you to bring your hands up to heart center. Take this moment to thank yourself for challenging yourself, exploring your limits without going beyond them. And we'll seal in with the unifying Om as we inhale together. Thanks for practicing with me today. We'll see you soon.